Brinks-Mac crook Kenneth Noye, and a multi-million-pound environmental scheme in the heart of the Amazon jungle. What's the link? Noye's infamy reached new heights when he was dubbed the M25 killer for the road rage murder of a 21-year-old motorist. But it was his earlier involvement in the 1983 Brinks-Mac robbery at Heathrow Airport, the subject of the BBC One drama The Gold, that earned him a reputation as one of Britain's most devious criminals.
You only hear about the people who get caught.
The raiders had escaped with 3 tons of gold, and most of it was never found. By the time Scotland Yard finally caught up with Noye, much of it had been converted into cash and hidden through a network of companies.
Those boxes will weigh each in the region of 100 weight.
Now a 76-year-old grandfather, he was released from prison 4 years ago, having served 19 years for the brutal murder of Stephen Cameron. Noye has recently been living in a modest 1-bedroom flat in the affluent Kent town of Sevenoaks. A mirror investigation can reveal that the building is also the address given as the headquarters of Amazon Forest People, a company that claims to protect hundreds of square miles of Brazilian jungle from deforestation. The project sells tokens, called carbon credits, to companies and individuals who want to make up for the pollution they have created. Each one is supposed to represent a ton of carbon that will not be released into the atmosphere because a section of the forest has been preserved by the project. As well as Premier League clubs Liverpool and Brighton and Hove Albion, other customers have included the Development Bank of Wales, owned by the Welsh Government, and the Committee on Climate Change, a UK government body set up to advise ministers. The offshore company behind the scheme is called Avoided Deforestation Project Limited. ADPML was registered in the UK tax havens of Guernsey and the British Virgin Islands, meaning that the owner or owners are not revealed. A 2020 glossy project brochure states that ADPML funded the carbon credit project, which changed its brand name that year to the Amazon Forest People. Noye's eldest son, Kevin Tremaine, who uses his mother's maiden name, called himself the founder of ADPML on his LinkedIn profile. The builder from Westmarling, Kent, is understood to accept that he helped set up the firm and provided his dad with a flat in the Sevenoaks property, but he denies that Noye has anything to do with the firm. Mr. Tremaine defended the project, saying it has funded the building of a school and provided solar power and drinking water to people in the area, a source said. When approached by the Daily Mirror, he said he was unable to identify the beneficial owners of ADPML. Noye's second son, 47-year-old Brett Tremaine, has been involved in marketing the carbon credits. Brett Tremaine was banned from serving as a company director for 13 years in 2013 for his role in an unrelated boiler room fraud. Neither the AFP website or brochure mention the involvement of either of Noye's sons. We made the 3-day journey from the UK to a remote corner of the Brazilian rainforest to investigate. The scheme is based in the northeastern state of Para, in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. It is home to the Ribeirinho community, or river people, who for over a century have made their living in this wilderness. They survive on what they grow and catch, supplemented by meagre earnings from the sale of forest products such as edible berries and the acai palm tree. Much of this area is made up of public lands, which the Ribeirinho have the legal right to use. But the lush forest is now the subject of a bitter legal dispute. Unbeknown to most of the people living in the area until recently, a section of the jungle 5 times bigger than Birmingham is being used for the carbon credit scheme. Andrea Macedo Barreto, a Brazilian lawyer and civil servant who defends the rights of the poor, has now brought a legal case against the companies behind the project. Ms. Barreto is calling for it to be cancelled because she believes it has been operating on land it does not own. The writ is asking for those in charge to be ordered to pay compensation for collective pain and suffering. It accuses the project of land grabbing, saying it is an illicit practice carried out by the defendants to benefit from the public forest area owned by traditional communities. The Daily Mirror spoke to those within the footprint of the project. They told us they had been approached by individuals from the scheme who claimed they worked for a non-government organisation, or NGO.
Então hoje chega momento que as pessoas começaram a clarear e descobrir que justamente isso não é o certo, né? Aí, desses pessoal que passaram, se passando pela uma ONG e vindo fazendo vários projetos, que a gente fosse um dono de si, no caso, tivesse uma área para ser liberto, para poder fazer o trabalho da gente sem ser incomodado com ninguém. Enquanto foi diferente, aí, com vários benefícios de energia para resolver o problema da gente, era frisa, era um pequeno finance, cesta básica todos os meses, enquanto isso nada aconteceu, né? E todos esses anos, até aqui, a gente continua na luta, batalhando para sobreviver, porque nada aconteceu.
In a separate development, Vera, the world's largest carbon credit certifier, last month suspended the scheme while a review is carried out after concerns were raised. A letter to ADPML and others reveals. The project cannot sell any further credits while the review is ongoing. It is understood that ADPML will contest the legal case claiming the responsibility for the project's alleged failings, if there are any, are not their responsibility.